This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Thank you for joining us on the News at 7. The process of easing coronavirus restrictions and reopening businesses is underway in Indiana, but officials are keeping a close eye on the latest data. The Indiana State Department of Health is reporting more than 1,100 coronavirus deaths and more than 20,000 cases. A total of 113,000 people have been tested. And right now, only 20% of the state's ventilators are in use, and 46% of the state's ICU beds are available.
Indiana's first stage to reopening is now underway, with the exception of Marion, Lake, and Cass counties. That means the governor's stay-at-home order is no longer applying to most of the state. Indiana's chief medical officer says with looser restrictions, now is when the hard work begins for all of us when it comes to stopping the spread of the virus.
It's easy to avoid other people when we're staying home, but you go out, and I almost made a mistake myself and ran into a friend at the grocery store, and I wanted to run up and give her a hug and do my normal greeting. But again, this is where the hard work starts, right? We want to protect others around us, and so just that constant reminder to ourselves and to each other to wear a mask, to keep that social distancing, try and break those old habits, and that's how we're really going to be able to continue to move through all these phases and open up more and more.
The State Health Department will host drive-through COVID-19 testing clinics this week at 5 sites around the state. The clinics will run from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow in East Chicago and 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday in Lafayette, Newcastle, Plymouth, and Seymour. The clinics are open to symptomatic healthcare workers, first responders, and essential workers. Testing will also be available to symptomatic people who live with one of those workers, along with people who have COVID-19 symptoms and underlying medical concerns that put them at higher risk. We have the list of locations on the IndyChannel.com. Just click on the story on the homepage. And Governor Holcomb reiterated today the importance of Hoosiers taking it upon themselves to continue practicing social distancing. Indianapolis leaders are trying to get that message across to young people as well. This comes after a group of young people got together late Saturday night and early Sunday morning on the northeast side of Indianapolis. Word about the gathering near 38th and Arlington spread quickly on social media, and it appeared to draw hundreds of people to the parking lot of a department store. Extra police officers have been patrolling the area since then. And police say it was near that large gathering where 16-year-old Nia Cope was shot and killed early Sunday morning. Officers say the girl was inside of a vehicle with her family when she was hit by a stray bullet. Cope was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, but later died from her injuries. And police have not made any arrests in the case. If you have any information about the shooting that led to Nia Cope's death, call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. And Rebound Indiana is our commitment to getting you the answers and resources you need to make it through the coronavirus pandemic. Tonight, many Hoosiers are still waiting on their first round of unemployment benefits and struggling to make ends meet after more than a month without any sort of income. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum spoke with several people waiting on their payments and is working to find out what common errors some are running into.
Confusion and frustration continues to grow for Hoosiers waiting for unemployment benefits. Many, like the Arnolds, are receiving this common error message, saying they won't get paid until issues with deductible income are resolved. Turns out they're not alone. The Department of Workforce Development created this video explaining what the message means and why Hoosiers might be seeing it. But it hasn't answered everything for some.
If I'm doing something wrong, they need to tell me, but they're not.
And we've sent every pay stub that we can think of to send them. We have sent that to them.
Very, very aggravating. Like I said, I have 5 claim vouchers in there and 0 payment. Financially, it's killing me.
I reached out to the Department of Workforce Development to see what other issues could be causing this message. We'll let you know when we hear back. Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
A spokesperson for the Department of Workforce Development said about 80% of people who apply for unemployment in the state have 0 issues and are paid within 21 days. If you are experiencing unemployment, we have resources available on our website, theindychannel.com/rebound, including frequently asked questions and job opportunities. And Governor Holcomb has repeatedly said that data and expert opinions will guide Indiana's reopening. Other states are doing the same, especially when it comes to testing capacity. And businesses that are beginning to reopen are making adjustments to protect their customers. ABC's Trevor Alt has the latest on the coronavirus restrictions across the country.
America's governors continue to hone in and ramp up COVID-19 testing, insistent on gathering as much data as possible as they decide when and how to reopen their states.
It's incredibly important to the success of our community tracing program, both of which will have a lot to do with the new normal once we get there.
New York continues to see what state leaders are calling a substantial amount of new cases, but Governor Andrew Cuomo announcing the state has now passed 1 million tests.
We're doing more testing than any other state or any other country per capita, so we're coming online very, very quickly. But we still have more to do.
As many start to focus in on antibody testing, the FDA has updated its requirements, requesting labs and companies seek emergency authorization before distributing tests for use other than population research and providing validation the tests are effective and accurate. That amid reports of a new antibody test that's already received emergency authorization and shown to be highly reliable. But health officials warn antibody testing is not a magic bullet.
You shouldn't do a test unless you know what you will do with the results of that test. And right now, everyone is clear. You should not alter any social distancing behavior based on the results of any antibody test yet. It's too soon.
And as businesses start to reopen, major companies like Costco and Macy's will require their employees wear masks, and clothing company J.Crew becoming the first major national retailer to file for bankruptcy in this pandemic. The New York Times reports a FEMA document based on CDC data suggests the U.S. death toll could rise to 3,000 a day by early June. But the White House says that document does not reflect the data of the coronavirus task force. Trevor Alt, ABC News, New York.
And thanks for watching this evening. Hopefully you had a good weekend. We certainly had great temperatures Saturday. We've been falling since then. We're in the 60s now. The veil of clouds has been pulled over central Indiana. Play weather investigator, and the clouds lead us to showers about ready to cross into Vigo and Sullivan counties right along Interstate 70. They're weakening. They're losing strength as they come east. The air's drier, so it's kind of evaporating, but it's setting the stage for showers later tonight and tomorrow. 70 in Bedford, 62 in Greensburg. Temperatures to the north, all in the lower 60s as well. Between now and 11, some spotty showers, especially south of Indianapolis. We'll talk about how conditions change for tomorrow and what the rest of the week has in common shortly. Mark?
We'll see you soon, Kevin. Thank you. Dozens of Indianapolis churches are collaborating to spread hope during this pandemic. Troy Washington is working for you to explain the launch of what is expected to bring positivity to the Circle City.
And everything that's been important to people has been knocked out from under them. I mean, athletics, sports, entertainment, travel, academics. I mean, I can just keep going down the line. Is all gone. And so it leaves people with an uncertainty.
According to Pastor Steve Poe, people are searching right now for encouragement. And that's exactly what dozens of churches are banding together to bring Hoosiers in need of a pick-me-up during the pandemic.
There is power in numbers. We already see physically around 3,000 people that come to St. Luke's every Sunday. And with this pandemic, we've seen double that amount tuning into our online worship services. And on Easter, we had over 10,000 people joining us for online worship. And so what we know is that people are searching and looking for spiritual connection and for community.
Like Poe, Nicole Caldwell-Gross is hoping that joining forces to share positive messages during the pandemic will lift even more spirits. The Hope for Indy campaign was created by Fishhook, a team committed to being an extension of those ministering the gospel. The team has created a place for all churches to share stories of encouragement to feed people spiritually.
This has created more collaboration. So typically we would not hear of 30 churches all doing something together like this. And I think that this pandemic has taught us that denominational lines, other differences, it doesn't matter. What matters is bringing the hope of Jesus Christ to people.
Working for you, Troy Washington, RTV6.
Still ahead on the news at 7. If you're strapped for cash, we are getting answers about a common financial move that some are using to make ends meet.
But first, a new website is ready to connect anyone with mental health help during these tough times. A look at some of the most common needs that people are facing.
Channel.com/rebound. This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Rebound Indiana is sharing with you resources to manage the pressure and financial stress of the coronavirus pandemic as the country works to move forward.
A new website is making it easier for people to get help for mental health issues brought on by the coronavirus. The Pandemic Crisis Services Coalition created the site. It says until now there hasn't been a comprehensive searchable database for mental health services. Users can search this site by location, types of service, or how they want to be contacted. The creator says so far the most searched topics include anxiety, substance abuse, and depression.
Many Hoosiers are stretching their dollars a little further to make ends meet right now. Our partners at Newsy are bringing finance questions to the experts. Tonight, a look at whether now is the time to refinance your mortgage.
Coronavirus cash crisis. Should I refinance my mortgage?
So let's say you have not lost your job, you have a lot of certainty right now, and you see that interest rates are at record lows, and you think, okay, I want to refinance. There are definitely some benefits to consider. That said, there are also some costs to refinancing. For example, on a mortgage, there's closing costs. Just like when you close on a house originally, there are closing costs.
It's a really great idea to actually use an online refinance calculator so you can plug in your specific numbers and see if the costs are worth it to you, because there is a cost to refinancing and you always want to make sure that the benefits outweigh those costs.
There are many more banking opportunities for a home loan borrower to avail of, and I think it's almost like a customer's market. So you should absolutely consider refinancing your mortgage if you believe you're in a high interest rate.
Coming up, a woman looking to save some money on her bills is out more than $1,000. What you need to watch for to avoid falling for a similar scam.
Temperature is 62 degrees right now, below average, but that will seem warm compared to where we're headed.
Scam artists are not taking time off during the coronavirus pandemic and the current economic crisis. A warning tonight about a scam preying on people who are looking to save money. A woman who fell for it is talking to RTV6's Rafael Sanchez so the same thing doesn't happen to you.
eBay cards are good for making purchases and for gifts, but in the present, they're being used by some scammers as a way to rip off people. A Central Indiana grandmother asked us not to identify her. She received a call offering to cut her current cable bill by $60.
And they said they could lower my bill from $180 a month to $120 for 2 years.
Looking to save money during this pandemic, she found the offer plausible. The scammer said to get the deal, she would need to pay using eBay cards.
I would just tell him that I thought they were miserable human being to do this to anybody.
This lovely lady tricked into draining her bank account out of more than $1,100.
And that was Rafael Sanchez reporting. eBay cards are similar to gift cards, but experts say if a stranger wants you to pay them with one, it is most likely a scam. Now here's Kevin with your Storm Team 6 forecast.
And Mark, it's one thing to talk about the much colder temperatures. It will be another thing to feel that tomorrow. That's with the 82 degrees we had Saturday, warmest temperature in 2020 in the rearview mirror, and no sign ahead for temperatures that warm. Only in the 40s tomorrow. Add to that winds gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour and some showers. Wednesday, 58, probably the nicest day of the week. 62 on Thursday. It will be the warmest day of the week. Temperatures slide again as we go Friday into Mother's Day weekend. Chance of showers is high tomorrow. Not expecting heavy rain, not expecting all day rain. We'll just have periods of showers. Rain ends early Wednesday, so most of Wednesday and Thursday are dry. Back to a slight chance for showers on Friday. Temperatures in North northwest Indiana, upper 40s to 50s, while it's 64 in Lafayette, 67 in Bedford. As you look at all of these temperatures, we're a handful of degrees below average, and we just continue to step our way down. Tomorrow will be a big drop. Terre Haute to Sullivan, some very light showers just nudging across the Wabash River. There are stronger storms south of Paducah, and they'll stay way south. They're going into western Tennessee, and they'll slide toward Nashville and areas of southwestern portions of Tennessee. At midnight tonight, a few showers around. Better chance for a little more organized rain. I wouldn't say heavy, but more noticeable generally south of the Terre Haute to Greensburg line. We'll all have showers around when we wake up in the morning and through the day. Temperatures in the 40s. That's it for highs. They'll struggle all day long, and the rain chance never overwhelming at any one point except for around 1 o'clock as the rain chance hits 70%. There are your temperatures tomorrow. As I mentioned, that is the coolest day of the week. 7-day forecast. Temperatures do bounce back a little bit as we get to Thursday, 62 degrees. That comes with sunshine. That's why I think it's the best day in the 7-day forecast. Chance for rain, small chance, Friday, 56. Saturday morning, you may see some frost around. Watch that. Temperatures in some spots could get close to the freezing mark. Then on Mother's Day, temperatures still in the 30s in the morning, but we warm into the upper 50s by the afternoon. If you're getting mom flowers for Mother's Day, just don't let them get the frost, okay? Keep it away from that. I'm getting tongue-tied.
Thanks for the tip, Kevin. RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers is committed to helping your family find work and career opportunities that are still available. As the pandemic continues, many students have had their summer plans for internships and jobs interrupted. RTV6's Kelsey Anderson is sharing some things you can still accomplish this summer to propel a future career.
For many students across the country, their summer plans are now being changed, their jobs canceled, or their internships rescinded. And the folks at UIndy want to make sure no one wastes their summer. I spoke with Stephanie Dietz. She's the Associate Director of the Professional Edge Center at UIndy. Her and her colleagues are working hard right now to make sure their students, no matter the circumstances, do something for their career this summer. So they came up with a list of 20 things you can do to help yourself. Some of those things include volunteering your skills to a small business that may need help, getting certified in a new trade, finding a virtual mentor, and working an essential job.
My challenge to my students has been, yes, this is terrible. Yes, it's really unfortunate, but let's find other things so that you can still move forward in your career during summer 2020.
Dietz says you can expect to hear the question, what did you do in the summer of 2020 during job interviews for the next several years? So you want to be able to answer with what you did instead of what you didn't do. UIndy shared their entire list of tips of things you can do this summer to make your summer worthwhile. We'll have it for you over on the IndyChannel.com. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Pension.org/St. Vincent Hart.
An interesting fitness trend likely tied to safer at-home orders and lockdowns across the country. Fitbit says people are exercising more but moving less. The spokesperson for the fitness tracker says they've noticed step counts are down. The biggest drop-off is in the 18 to 29 age group, but that does not mean they're just sitting around. Fitbit has seen a rise in deliberate exercise since the pandemic started. What's missing is all of that movement associated with working outside the home, running errands, and bringing kids to and from school and activities. Experts say you can consider adding social distance walking to your exercise routine and make sure you're often taking breaks from school and work.
And Amanda, let me bring that story to life. Here's my exercise ball. Weighs about 3 or 4 pounds. And see, I'm exercising, but my feet aren't moving. The showers are moving to the east, and they'll increase our chance of rain overnight. Now the left arm. During commercial breaks, this is what I'm doing.
Oh, I can't wait to see all those muscles after all of this, Kevin. Sheesh.
Oh, they're hidden.
Thank you for making RTV6 your choice for news. Our next newscast is tonight at 11.